the all this nonsense back with the thing. I couldn't pause the course in this ride, so you know I kind of panicked there when we needed to start recording again. This part, this is going to be part 5. This is certainly part 5. So they took a bit of extra damage here that they didn't take. Why was the hitbox not moving? And it's not the best because, you know, you have to hit the record button and stuff that, you know, so yeah. But I really thought that there was like a way to pause in this mode. Apparently not. Wow, they can drive right into you if you're used in the way, basically. I hate it when it goes into that mode there. Oh, that's good. That's not ball. That's pretty decent, the damage we took there. I forgot if this stage tranquilized here or not, because otherwise we're going to take a lot of damage here now. I don't think we're tranquilized anymore. Or not. Let's change. Tranquilize, please. Tranquilizer, please. Yeah, himself first. Yeah, the bad thing is we are our partners doesn't really have a healing here. Yeah, she needs a limit break. How is the thing slightly on healing? I think we're in the back row now at least. Lord, you can Raver. There's the one with a lot of damage. Wind. He's also going to be very, very good as well, you know. Hold on him. Slow actually. We have 4 grenades left and he has okay. I think we might run out of grenades here. Final grenade. Bolt. Instead. So we're gonna be doing the weaker version now. Yeah, it's on the twin burner. That's not a threat to us at all. She gets the limit here. out. Is he dead? Not yet. Slam dunk. But that's gonna be the stronger one. She hits. Throwing her. That's not throwing flame either. Flame is the powerful one. Dead. We get another stop penalty here. Stop penalty is still going to be useful up to a certain point, basically, and stuff like that. Because obviously there is quite a lot of things that has poison and stop penalty. So I guess this is goodbye, mid-girl. And yeah, and that was the only way they were going over there, basically, because they went from the highway. I don't take dangerous, that's the one as worse. Saying that to Tifa is actually giving her negative points. I forgot if it actually gave a score or not. At first, move all in the audience. Don't worry about setting up the stuff here later. We need a leader. You think so? I think it should be Exod. Go desert. Besides, we can't be so young that there's too dangerous to split into two parts. And now is Barrett. Oh, she's closer. She's closer than Barrett. You can see Anna took the next level, 155, so Barrett gets to make an improvement. So of course Lambda can also be because. So yeah, Barrett 13 is not going to get much use at all. Sadly. Well, I mean, he's gonna probably get some uses because it's all about like using whoever is the lowest level instead, you don't. She gets to have her ass licked by the dog. She's only onion. Right. Now, Steve. Usually we set up some more materials here again, and so we set all guys, all lightning. We don't need any skill yet because we need restore. I mean, we could put restore on, otherwise I'm like her, but I restore all on Barrett. Even though Fireall would be good as well. Fire, poison. He gets a sense. She gets a sense. And he gets covered. And we don't need any skill. Even though we can pick up the enemy skill, escaping of course doesn't give us the enemy skill. In the tank. Because we need to steal here in order to get his next weapon. And now if you enter here again, the thing is gone. Just very important to show that. Okay, now save. Alright, outside Midgard finally. A little bit of 3 hours. Not that great, of course, obviously, but still. Wow, it's really, really dark outside here and stuff. That like way, you know. I kind of feel always that it's around here, kind of somewhere where the robots like to be. Of course, we can of course kill one of them off if necessary. If the two of them is the kind of worst way to get them. We need to actually kill one of them. I'm gonna bolt both of them here though. Because I think this can only kill one of them, hopefully. I think we can kill one. Some super lightning. I'm using ice all here, used to. Was actually killed. Oh, but that leaves one weak. Machine gun. Stay please. So I think scissors. Thank you. That's actually very good. It's good lie, that was actually absolutely perfect. Barrett kill him. Barrett, here you go. Atomic scissors. And we can do this. A little bit nicer sensing. Now we have atomic scissors, which is good. Right now we are heading to con. There is of course the con skip that you can probably set up in this version as well. So, is this con? Get over here. Keep at it, calm down. It's here, and there's some meat there. Or isn't this real? Nah. Wait, this is not. Let's double check. Did you say you came from Midgard? Can we get anything here? Because this one is locked. But there's a lot of ones that are locked that doesn't have anything else there. But you imagine, right, that certain ones were maybe supposed to be like a side quest, like how the dog find the key, sniff or something like that. You get card source. Only from that one. That's your first source actually in the game, I believe. I thought if there was another source in this town, or if it's only God source here. If we figure it out here, they would have kept something secret, but no. Here go there's Peacemaker. But then here, as I said, you find out about the material mine here. I'm stinking drunk. Oh no, he's doing the wiggly wigglies. Please, let me go. Allows. That allows us. So. And then there's the old man upstairs, of course, which is the guy that has the hidden stuff over here and stuff that he's the one that gives you all the master. He gives you master magic, master command, and master summon. And you give him the earth heart. Not to be confused by any other heart. And here it definitely made sense that it would have been stuff. His item is gone. This shop. Of course, you could theoretically, for example, as you can see, like all the sources are worth like 250 each and stuff that, so you could make a lot of money just selling the sources and stuff that, which is not as bad of an idea if you don't care about the sources and stuff that. Like, and maybe we should collect a few and then see if it's going to be important, right? Because right, so we can get more tranquilizers here. So you probably want to do now 6 more. 20 we'll do for now at least. You can of course get some gear here and stuff that, for example, you can get Meteor Saber here, you can get Cannonball here, you can get Meteor Claw, which would be an upgrade. From its stuff, it's not an upgrade of course, obviously, but still. We get more steel material here, we could get TL also as well here. Is Earth even useful? Yes. Earth and heat. You could, for example, get more poison there. So that gives you Quake. That gives you poison up. This could be actually useful. Open a hidden Earth could be useful. I always thought that was supposed to have something hidden in it because it looks very, very shiny and stuff that, Famous floating city. It's Can't reach it. Can't reach it twice. Can't reach it third time. Can't reach it fourth time and fifth time. And then he gets back. You got this. And that's the first one. So your first metallic seal. Let's hear the story about separate. Because I think he is remembering he's remembering what Zack did pretty much. It's the stuff that he kind of remembers and stuff that because he's not remembering being one of the guards here and stuff that. Which is the guy actually sitting down there and stuff that because he's the one that takes off the helm and stuff that. And you can actually material smuggle, I believe, in this version as well. It's not like exclusive to PC, I don't think it is, and stuff that. But I forgot exactly how it was that you set it up because I believe you need to use another file. You need to basically go in here and you need to somehow die in the flashback. I think it is, and I forgot how exactly you're supposed to die in the flashback because oh no, you do the glitch which lets you escape basically without separates and stuff that you do that glitch. And then that is supposed to look so impressive that 3,230 damage. You know. But yeah, but it never made any sense, right, in his backstory that, okay, why is Claude so weak in his own backstory and stuff that, like, yeah, sure, but you have to realize that if he would be actual Kotakot soldier, then he would actually be way more powerful because you don't let just anyone become soldier, right? Like, that never made sense, really, in the backstory. That's kind of how you could figure out, even when you were younger and playing this, for example, you could figure out immediately that, okay, that was wrong. The funny thing is that the vehicle you see there is exactly the same as the one they steal in the Shina building, except like an older version of it because it's rusted there and stuff there. Because you can clearly see it's the one with the same thing there on the bed, except there's some barrels here and stuff that, and maybe it's not as wide. Wait a minute. Ooh, you might visit family and friends. Stay away from my daughter. Hey, this one neighbor. This man should know I come here later. Yeah, let's go to sleep already. And there's a trick here. If I except I forgot exactly when it is that you do it. Isn't it just that you pause here somehow? Like you used that's not what it is. I forgot exactly what it is you do. Nowadays something you're supposed to do with like pausing, I think it is that you do. Basically, because you can basically exit here with you can exit without basically exit here without the photo or whatever it is, right? You can exit without the photo, and then basically Claude will be on his own, and then you can just die in the flashback basically. And then you load another file or whatever, and then for some reason Claude still exists. And I think it has to do with the fact that Kate City is Claude, but Kate City is coded as young Claude, and that's what makes it actually work or something like that. Because of the way it stores memory also as well, that the memory from like the separate and young Claude's material still exists, but they exist on Vincent because Vincent is separate and young Claude is you know, because normally you cannot go in here and change stuff, but as you can see you have other material here, for example, that shows up. So that, yeah. So there is a thing that you can do that allows you to actually get access to your other material and stuff that allows you to go in on the exchanging and stuff that, which is what it lets you do. Lets you do the exchange thing basically. And then basically the material smuggling here, specifically in this scenario, allows you to take, for example, the master stuff from separate. You can also quote unquote take, you can also take some other things, but there's also a way to quote unquote do it with basically any material. So you can take, like, you can die, and then you can basically move it, because it's all reliant on this specific flashback because of the way it stores things in this flashback. So you could theoretically then load, you can then theoretically load into a high level file if you want to, and then you can smuggle over material. But you could have separate escape as well. And there is no hidden XP here that you receive or anything, right? Sadly. Yeah, you cannot access limited and stuff like that, so, What is that? Oh, separate escaped. Whoa. You're separate. Separatist escaping. And yeah, because this is otherwise the first time you get elemental materia here, basically. Magical mysterious power. Mika sound. You can actually get instance here for like the drums I can use. And I get, as I said, that's my expression to the RAM like earlier on and stuff like that, but yeah, I really like how we calculated it with the grenades and stuff that would be like, yeah, sure, we're doing it slightly slower, the fact that I did overbuy grenades, but that's still actually pretty good to not buy like too many grenades. Because technically on bottom swell, we don't need to attack a single time, we just poison bottom swell till it gets poisoned, and then we just need to have it take the turns basically. So of course the Nibelheim reactor. Close the valve. Beep beep boop boop. Why did it break? I see, and now I'll put them in there. That doesn't put them at the level of gas. Oh, he's so cute to see him there. Works well. Except that's not too far away from what they did to like Heal and stuff. That's because, you know, same thing they did to like, what is it called, Genesis. And see the separate things that, you know, makes a small mother and stuff that, you know. First think of the fact that Daniel has a wing as well, you know, and stuff that, yeah. Am I human? I didn't understand what he meant. Okay. The Shinra Mansion. The absolutely massive of a building. That's basically supposed to be Zack running in the front, and then the one that's in the back is actually supposed to be Claude. Because Claude, of course, always kept an eye on Tifa, so that's why that's how you know that that's 100% Claude there. Just waiting outside while Zack went into the Shinra building. And you can actually go outside here now, and then he's nowhere to be seen. Tifa's gone too here. So do have fate. I wonder if he knew something, though, that you knew that Separate was gonna go crazy. Yes, maybe Claude did follow Zack inside, and that is supposed to be Claude. Yeah, of course, we're not going to be able to recruit Vincent, nor are we going to be able to recruit Yuffie. That also means that we don't get to do Lost Number, we don't get to pick up Odin. That also means that we cannot get Leviathan materia either. As if that, you know. Use Make a Reactor 1 approved for use immediately when the Unova reactor started. So that makes sense, right? The use of Make a Reactor 1 approved for use, meaning that they used Make a Reactor 1 together with the Unova project. Not saying that Separate was produced, but of course it doesn't talk about Lucrezia, and that seems very weird. Those books were probably removed one. Because if Separate would have known that Cotton Lucrezia was his real model, then things would have been very different. What project? Yeah, or why did Professor Gas to die? Because it was Hojo that killed him. He read us being obsessed. Yeah, because he's not going to find the truth in this book because Shinra decides what books goes here. And obviously, quote unquote, Hojo has already removed those books. And stuff like that because Hojo got rid of the evidence, of course, obviously. Because Hojo knows about Lucrezia, Vincent knows about it. And the question is if it spread to the other Turks because then the other Turks would know as well and stuff like that. So. Exodai is dead. Right, why isn't he called Young Claude? Hmm. Boom. Ha 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 ha. Who is it? Traitor. An ancient name Unova was found in a 2,000-year-old yellow stratum of the Unova project. Except Unova was an alien who invaded the planet. Unova is not quote unquote an ancient that way, and stuff that. Yeah, you could say that it's ancient just because it's old, right? Because that's why it got called an ancient, but it wasn't a really quote unquote ancient and stuff that. Say, but how would Sephiroth have like the Aerith style, like ancient eyes, and stuff that. But I mean, she did have a human portion to her as well. She used to have like a human face and stuff that before she got like the whole alien stuff on her. And maybe it was that she got infected somehow or something like that. That was an alien organism, and then but the real was actually an ancient, but then somehow like got taken over by an alien or whatever. Because yeah. Maybe it was because Sinor did experiments on that maybe was an ancient at first, and she had like a human body and stuff that, but then became changed because they did experiments with Mako on her and stuff that. Hi, Claude. Terrible shepherd, it is terrible. Slam down when you were trying to stop him bloody. He was just about. And then Sephiroth to be like, ha ha ha, follow me, Cloud. And he's like blurring me on my Nova cells. Well, technically right, because he didn't get captured until after he survived getting stabbed by Sephiroth and stuff like that. And of course, Claude actually did see her outside here, basically, and stuff that. A lot of people think that he didn't see this, that it was actually Zack that saw this, but that's actually untrue and stuff that. And sure, like Zack was the one that got knocked off first and stuff that. So that, well, first the thing happened to Tifa and stuff that, that thing happened first. But then, of course, Zack came in, of course, and he tried as well, and he got thrown over, and then, of course, Claude came in, and Claude saw, of course, Tifa having been hurt and stuff that. And Claude, Zack was, like Zack told, or he took the sword, he got the sword from Zack, and then he ambushed him while he was in the Genova room and stuff that. And that part happened, of course, later there and stuff that was after he had already stabbed Sephiroth. And then when Putin got her down, he came out through the door and stuff that, and he was hurt and stuff that, obviously, And super loud all of a sudden. And they have like an angel motif there, which is actually pretty interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, six wings on each side, meaning that symbols that it is an archangel if it's 12 wings, I believe. They stole. Because you can see her hair basically and stuff that she still has the human face here and stuff that. And here you can see that she has the human face there, still made in something. Maybe. And then it says something more down there basically and stuff that. Right, and he was able to actually ambush Sephiroth here and stuff that, Because Tifa is confused here, like, oh, how did you know I was hurt, or how was he able to describe that she was hurt and stuff that, Right. Yeah, because Bar is confused because, like, oh, how did he know about that? Let me give you these VHS. Right, and now, let me just double check here again. Right, yeah. 402, 155, okay, good. Save. Simply slot. Okay, almost 4 hours in. And the music is gone, of course it is. Right. Oh, the grass actually kind of looks like grass now. Actually, it has way more detail now. For some reason on this television, right? There are things that are missing. Another tractor. Now we can escape the beast. So, yes, we're gonna pick up Chocomock material, of course, but we're not gonna pick up Chocobo lure. What? The Chocobo dual aliens. Lord speak Chocobo. The question is, who is he taking care of Chocobos for? Right now, obviously, right, if from the remake, right, it is supposed to be right that the Chocobos are the whole, the guy in Midgar. Chocomock material, and that's the first summer. That's wind, of course, was useful as well. So. Chocomongers is gonna get useful, of course. I don't need to equip that yet. Now, make sure to go over here. Make sure that we save first before we start. It's over there, hopefully it's stuck. Okay. Grasslands area. And then we do that and then we slow it again. We didn't get very far there at all. I didn't think that. I thought it was almost like stuck over there. And it is entirely possible to just YOLO it here. So that if you're really lucky, sometimes you get really unlucky with the positioning, you need to do this several times. But it's entirely possible to use on the first try, to just immediately get it and stuff like that is entirely possible. That can actually happen and stuff like that. Okay, now we get it. No problem. And it's like, oh shit. You can use the exit that way. And then normally, yes, you can go here even before you enter, the flashback scene and stuff like that. Of course, there is an enemy here that you want to actually face off against. Yeah, you can of course pick up. Normally you pick up the flamethrower here and stuff like that. So pick up tent here. Bring that area with good, of course. I mean, normally long range is really, really good, but it is less useful here. But we still haven't put an encounter that's going to come here. Need a ball and chain enemy pretty much. That's what we need to get. Yeah, you can see that hard edge is not meant for cutting. Hard edge is kind of like a flat there. if you look on it, and hard edge isn't absolutely insane on its thickness considering how small it is. Because you could kind of figure out how long it is supposed to be, kinda. There's a way to kind of figure it out. Because of the fact that you know clothes length, the instruction manual and stuff like that. And the sword is smaller than he is. So it's a mind source. Isn't that now there's some shit stuff there? Yes, correct. Let's gonna double check. As we could encounter here. We'll get 2 of them. Right, we'll sneeze 1. Sense first here. Okay, there are 2 on automatic. Mad out. This might actually kill. Okay, that's kind of good. I don't know, can I ice him without killing the piece? So that's pretty decent. So he is what, level 16 they said? That's correct, right, level 16. Level 16. And Claude is like what, level 11, level 12. Yeah, so this can be a good nasty that they can right here. Again, this is a useful skill here to get. I like how you're basically picking out all of the other skills that are in this same category of black weapons and stuff that, you know. And then Red 13's weapon is not until later on, of course, technically. Could of course steal the boomerang in the forest where we could encounter Yuffie and stuff like that, but we don't need the boomerang of course because the boomerang is our Yuffie weapon. I wonder if actually darkness affects stealing, maybe it does. We got no eye drops. We got no way to actually get rid of it, by the way. If we try melee here, yeah, he doesn't die from the melee. But you can see there, if he would have been front row, he would have most likely died. Very bad barrack in the front row there. I wanna avoid healing it as late as possible here. Because we might get a limit break with her here and then heal up with her instead, and then we can save MP here. It's gonna take a while. It is crazy to think that the volume is this high with this, you know, with the speakers like this. She's definitely gonna get her limit break. He used a few hits here. Again, as I said, sometimes it's going to take a long time to steal and stuff like that, and that's just gonna decide really how, you know, fast things goes. You might say, oh, you don't these steals correct because there aren't that many battles you get to use hard edge in. So that's Grand Glove. Yeah, we might as well look at it here. Yeah, there isn't anything there. And then we encounter the turrets. Then we have a lane there up there. Yeah, because they recruited Ellen and she's the first like female Turk, I believe. Which is supposed to be the, or well, not really the first one because there's the one in what do you call it? What do you call it in? You talk too much. Because there was another female before and stuff that's you know. Yeah, saying actually still care about the average and stuff like that because you know he had to get high potion right now, elixir and high potion. Escape. That encounter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's the kind of one of those like really good encounters if you're farming kills specifically. Yeah, then we come to a point where we stop using cover though. So that because cover can be really, really bad at times. Yeah, and all of them are gonna get a turn before we get to escape here actually. Actually, I don't know if that was all of them. So 3 elixirs so far. White slots and mine slots and Grand Glove, of course, obviously. And then you could stop by Fort Condor if you want to, except there's no reason to do it. So you still have 10 there. She's still higher level than quote unquote, or rather, she needs 402 to level up. He needs 455. Even though when it looks like it, like that 402, for example, 455, she does have more there. But it looks weird. Nah, it doesn't. I was looking at the limit level there. That's not like that, but yeah. So, yeah. Now we start going towards what's the place? Maybe it could be skill right. Maybe not. Yeah. And we're just gonna go over to where Union is. Because there's no reason to do Fort Condor at all. It's that. Because you cannot make it go kaboomers, resurging and stuff like that. Like it would have been better because if you could just go and just fail the encounter in Fort Condor and then just be like, oh shit, Shinra like destroyed Fort Condor already and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, that's actually gonna do it for this time and stuff like that. So you know, I mean, we did quite a lot of progress, all things considered. We've gotten all of the weapons now in the same tier here, except for Red 13. But Red 13 is the diamond pin, it's called. That one you get obviously from we get the diamond pin in the Corel reactor. I think you can get it on a few screens before, or the screen before it, but on the big one where the reactor is, that's where it's easiest to get encountered. It's a big green dragon-like enemy, almost like, or some kind of hybrid enemy. It's not really supposed to be a dragon, but still, you know, it has like a breath move, or not really a breath move. What does it? I forgot. But yeah, but that's the guy that you steal the diamond pin from. Obviously, of course, that means that we need to go and do Costa del Sol and everything like that. But yeah, and in Costa del Sol, of course, we can get the first double weapon. But technically, the first one is going to be for steel, of course, obviously. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy this. And I see you all next time, and this has been part 5, because